Hello everyone, my name is Divstra and welcome back to Fall to Samurai, as we usually do. So, just before we end this turn and see if we are attacked or not, I would just like to note that I know that if I attack the city, I will get naval artillery support. But actually, looking at this line, if I am getting attacked by the enemy, I might not get that support. So, just keep that in mind as we end this turn, because I have had instances where if I attack the city, I would get support, and if I just sat back and waited, I didn't actually get any support. But apparently that shouldn't be an issue, because we were obviously within range. So, just a little concern there. I just had to note, so it didn't look like it would surprise me if it happened. Because it wouldn't. But no worries, because it didn't happen. So, we have a massive artillery advantage. The only downside is that that is in naval artillery, and if we can't hit that artillery with the 3 tries we get, well then we might be screwed. But then again, I didn't really care for that guy. But yeah, I think I'll take the like 2-tiered approach here, and have a front line and a second line. And let's divide it a bit like... Actually, let's have the reserve force and the levy infantry at the front, at least some of them. Around that. That seems reasonable. Yeah. Just about right there. There, actually. And let's just group them so it's easier to see who's who, and do the same thing with these guys. And put them slightly further back. Like that. And we are ready. I think. Actually, I may want to have these guys slightly more to the right, just to protect this a bit better. Because right now, this is the weak point I see. And the fact that I don't have that strong units. But yeah, let's start. And I will keep fire at will on, even if that does mean that the potential for friendly fire is a lot higher. But oh well, you have to make some sacrifices. These guys should be able to fire. Even when on second line right here. Yeah, they definitely got that. So let's just speed forward and get to the point where we can actually use our awesome artillery. Which will take a while. And of course we want to get off as many barrages as humanly possible. And how many guns do we have? We have 48. Well, we have 48 shells per volley. And we have time to impact 30 seconds, bombardment duration 70 seconds, and cooldown 125, so a little bit over 2 minutes. And I think we might only be able to get one off before they reach our lines, but hopefully that'll be enough. Also, I really want to take care of these guys before they are able to do some massive damage. That should be okay. So where does that bombardment come from? Actually, it should be coming from this direction, I think. Seeing that the signal came from over there. Oh well. Okay, they're way past it. Okay, so slightly misaligned, but it is going to hit quite a lot of people. And there we have it. Ooh. Oh, hit this. Come on, hit this. Please. Please. There we go. Massive damage. Ooh. That's what I really like to see. Yeah, so unfortunately we didn't take out these guys. And they will be able to wreak havoc on a few units here. So that's an issue. That's a major issue, actually. They have all 50 of them still remaining. slightly demoralized, but that doesn't really matter when they can just stay out of range and fire the volleys and kill quite a lot of my men. Oh well. Well, that was one branch over and done with. And I'm quite satisfied with the results. It has cut a few units down to size. So yeah, it definitely helped. Yeah, here we go. You can see all the outflanking coming in. So we'll actually take these guys and do like that, and that should secure a somewhat comfortable backup. Or just flank protection in general, actually. And here we go, as I said. Hopefully these reserve forces won't just break. That'd be a bit disappointing. They're already down to red morale, so maybe when the other line infantry actually gets involved, that might be an issue then. But for the time being, doesn't appear to be a problem. Okay, a lot of melee units coming in. Let's place bombardment there. I think that was entirely misplaced, actually. Also, so our ships are apparently over there somewhere. Exactly where, I do not know. But oh well. Okay. Yeah, so I was gonna move these guys to give these guys some flank protection. But if these guys are gonna just crash head on in, I don't know. Well, then again, these guys might have such a bad reload skill that they actually won't be able to get another volley off before they hit, and indeed that seems to be the case. Well, kinda. Some of them actually managed to hit a few guys then. We definitely had a few. Oh, and there went one very important unit. But yeah, we definitely had a few more bullseyes, so that was very nice. Are the garrison infantry just gonna charge? Huh. Well, good luck. Okay, we need to get these guys back to be the second line once again. Actually, let's try to drag you out of there and just let my line infantry just mow you down. Hopefully, that might end up routing our own units. Oh well. Also, you hadn't lost a single man, and you were down to red morale. What's wrong with you? Oh well. They haven't broken through the first rank yet, the first line yet, but they're pretty close to. I'll give them that. We have repelled a few of them. Yeah, so yeah, this is definitely a win. The single question that remains to be answered is where do we drop the last bombardment? And I think we found the answer. All these guys are gonna stay there unless they rout. So yeah, that seems like a very, very good target. So you move up there, and you guys go out of Neil fire mode and turn around. And hopefully we will be able to give them a few blasts to the face before they run away. I must say I'm a bit surprised about these guys. Levy garrison infantry. All their friends just dying, running, getting hit by artillery bombardment, quite close to artillery bombardment under enemy fire, and still they stand there and take it. But then again, I guess they didn't take that many casualties when it came to numbers. Just pure numbers. So I don't know. So, garrison infantry seems to be the thing remaining. Let's charge them. Why not? Also, let's double the firepower. Front rank nailing. Go! And there we go. So, every unit routed. And I'm gonna bore you with this again. But as I try to do every time, I'll just sit back and hit the fast forward button. So the pain isn't prolonged for you viewers, you poor viewer. Then again, you could just skip to the point where the battle is over, I guess, in the video. Oh well. Also, another reason for doing this, other than just trying to clear the fields and kill as many as possible, is for this guy's bodygun to actually level up and gain melee attack, armor, well, not really armor, but melee attack, melee defense, I think maybe morale. At least level up and gain a lot more decent stats, I guess. They haven't gained a chevron yet. Oh well. Let's quit the battle. We're not gonna be able to catch any other units, I don't think. And there we go. Quite a good victory there. We haven't taken them out completely, and I don't think I will be able to with this army alone. But who knows, we might be able to. I just do not expect that. Oh, an agent of mine actually leveled up. That's quite good. And finally, we researched the copper plating. So we can actually start to build proper military ports. And will I make one out of them? Actually, I think I'll go for this first. And what are you doing? Hopefully just scouting people out and not thinking about attacking them needlessly. Oh yeah, I don't even have a port here, so I can't build a military port because I don't have the required building. Oh dear. Well, I guess we'll build a military port here then. Yeah, and I think we'll start to upgrade that. Not that I needed that much more trading ports, because people don't want to trade with me apparently. But oh well. We'll at least get past the stage of just being a harbor. So, just for curiosity's sake, actually it hasn't changed that much. So I wouldn't have authors of that anyway. But now that we move our proper army in, this shouldn't be an issue. And indeed it isn't. We're able to capture this pretty easily. Pretty easily. Not a walkover. Can't say it's a walkover when 500 people died. But oh well. So once again, we'll occupy it, because we can't do much else. Well, we can, but then again, if I do it like that, then I will just be in a scenario where I have a bunch of vassals, which will just try to break their ties with me once I declare myself independent. And looking at the situation right now, that seems very likely of happening. I just need to plow through at least like here. I think when I'm all the way here, or have taken this island, which is Shikoku. Yes, Shikoku. Thank you, the fog of war that I was talking about in an earlier video. Yeah, so when I've captured that, and a little bit of that, I don't know. Depends on if I really want to invade Tosha or not. I don't know. But yeah, that's the point where we are large enough for that event to trigger, and then we have the opportunity. But yeah, I don't know when that will happen. I really don't know. It's either when you get big enough to become the champion for the, in this case, the Imperial, Or it might be time-based. But in another game I'm doing, it happened when I got to that final fame level. Yeah, it might just be that, because in the Josiah campaign, I just waited and waited and it didn't happen. Never. But then again, I didn't get strong enough, so that might have been the case. I really don't know. Anyway, our Ishin Shishi or something, our agent, has made it so that these guys are almost completely pro-Emperor. And that's very nice. Also, you guys are free of your duties as bombardment ships. Actually, some of you, well, one of you, are in desperate needs of repair. Well, not too desperate, but I definitely would like to see you a bit healthier before you enter another battlefield. So let's send you off to repairs, and what kind of ship is that? 2 relatively weak, apparently, ships. Let's send 3 extremely strong ships after him. That should be fun. And let's send our 2 remaining ships off to Tokushima. Tokushima, yeah. That's Tokushima. Well, we'll say it's Tokushima. In order to scout out the island and see how their garrison is. And of course, once this threat is over, just start bombarding them. Actually, I could just easily do that with this ship. And a full garrison, oh dear. That is an issue that will require both of my armies. Okay. So that will obviously take a few turns. Actually, I'll get my ship here, and then have this guy come and capture them. Not capture them, but let them board, and then we should be able to move out. Speaking of moving out, I might be a few turns before I'm able to move out here. Oh well. Oh, that should actually give a lot of happiness. Well, this will be fixed, and this will be fixed, so at least we'll get a lot more repression. Anyway, we got this, as I said previously, and now we need to decide where to go next. So a pretty solid choice is this, and definitely this, but we need to go that far down this tech tree this early on. I don't know. Okay, so this will allow us to build the artillery academy, which will give us Armstrong guns, and that is an awesome. It's still an awesome artillery unit because there's nothing really on the battlefield, as I found out in my private campaign, that really rivals that, even with the artillery mod. So I don't know. We can hold off on this. We can wait a bit before we get this. It's quite nice to have the Imperial units, for time being at least, until we go Republican. But we definitely don't need it. We're not in a desperate need of it. Then again, we're not really in a desperate need for Armstrongers either. This is too difficult. I also want stuff like this, I want stuff like this, I want stuff like this, and I want stuff like this. Yeah, let's just go for this and get a bit of income. That's always nice. Speaking of income, let's use the accumulated income to actually build stuff. So, do we need that? I don't know. By the way, I want to see, because I noticed I had a building that did something rather interestingly. Let's see. I think the next step is this. Yeah, there we go. And that will enable me to build daily news. Spreads pro-imperial sentiment. Okay, never mind. Because I know there's a building in here that actually enable you to do something very interesting. Okay, so this is the independent tree. Spread pro-independent sentiments in neighboring provinces. And yeah, that is the one. Spreads pro-independent sentiment. This is the one. No spread of non-clan allegiance across all provinces. Which means if you have one single one of these guys, then all of your provinces are immune to spread of the influences. Which also includes provinces like, I just want to, yep, here we go. You can see, so let's say there's an enemy agent in my province and he's trying to flip my faction to the shogunate. Then that building that I just pointed out makes it so that, no, even if he's in that province, it doesn't do anything, and that's extremely useful to have. Anyway, I just went on a huge tangent about something that won't become relevant until, well, in about 100 turns, so let's not continue further with that. But yeah, that is a pretty awesome building, I found out. And it's definitely a saving grace for, oh yeah, going after the one gunboat? Seriously. But yeah, it's definitely a saving grace for anyone who wants to become independent, and makes it a lot easier, just when it comes to the happiness situation. And you do realize you could just flee the scene, right? It's not like you have a lot of moon points still remaining after that long journey. And what do you know? Okay. It is time to test how the people react when I move out. Not too happy, and that isn't helping too much. But we do have 3 recruitment slots, and I don't see how that should go away. How this repression should go away before I actually move these guys completely. So I think we can actually afford to move out in exchange, of course, for a bit of repression. And seeing that we can build the reserve force, then I definitely see no problems here. So yeah, we should actually flip to positive happiness in one turn. And that's very nice. So, let's not forget you again. We'll try not to.
Attention, you slovenly samurai. Ready for orders.
And why not? Let's move both of them at the same time. You guys can come join us. Why not? Okay, we have scouted the situation, and we don't really need to take these guys out, because they're too weak to really do anything. So let's have a thing come back along with these guys. Actually, let's split that up a bit. Oh, they automatically blocked one another. That was interesting. Also, I made that guy go to the wrong navy. Oh well, we'll split these guys up as well, and that didn't produce the same result, thankfully. And yeah, hopefully that will be done on the next turn. And we're back to bombarding. We're back to being useless, I see. Good on you. Bombarded the building. I'll just use a tiny amount of my income to build that. Rebuild that. Yeah. 81 koku. Oh dear. That's so much. I'm so worried.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, actually, let's move these guys a bit out of the way first. Just to give these guys the biggest chance of actually being able to get on that turn, and indeed it worked. So let's see if we can do the same with these guys. And indeed we could. Nice. So, the invasion has been set up properly. That's quite nice. Let's merge these guys again, next turn. And then we are able... We should be able to lay siege to these guys. This is a pretty strong garrison. And what do they have? They have a castle. Is that the lower tier? I always forget. Well, that's actually quite far up. Actually, I think I'm going the other way. No, never mind. This is the correct thing though. So strongholds, that's the weakest one, which gives you the fortress, which gives you the strongholds, and that is what they have right now. Never mind. There we go. I keep messing this up. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, that is what they have. That might be a bigger problem. Just for curiosity's sake, I just want to see their images for a citadel, and by no means least, a star fort. That is awesome. And it doesn't look like that. It will be a lot bigger and a lot more defendable, to put it that way. Anyway, let's end the turn. Take a sip of water, again. And have these guys bombard me, again, being useless again, I see. And then we'll set up the siege that we waited for. Been longing for such a long time. Anyway, let's send our main guy to actually make this happen. Or maybe not, because the movement points are too few to actually attack. Okay? But you have enough movement points to get into range. Reinforcement range, that is. And when we murder these guys and move them over here, we have a perfect artillery support. So yeah, I don't see these guys winning that anytime soon. In fact, we can actually auto-resolve it. That's quite nice. Police station? No, they're already Imperial. Gold mine. Ooh, that's quite lucrative. So, I think it's time to actually use a bit of our money. Let's build up all of the agriculture. We have that out of the way. At least until our money ran dry. And there we go. Do you want to build anything specific? Actually, do I have enough modernization to actually research the final tier? Apparently I still do, even though I have quite a lot of dojos lying around. Seeing that the neighboring factions are apparently big fans of building that. Anyway, I want to build a cottage industry. And should we build out the port here? I don't know. I don't think that is really necessary at this point. Rebuilding that is definitely necessary, and let's finally take a look at our home province, and we can build that. I don't think that is necessary, but definitely a large town is necessary. And eventually, do I have researched that? I haven't yet, but I could get that in 7 turns. But if I do so, I can get the municipality, which is quite awesome. Gives us a lot more tax, a bit of unhappiness, but it also gives us another slot to put buildings down on. So yeah, that was that war done and over with. Join me in the next part, where I will... I don't know, we'll see. We're in between wars, so we'll probably just sit back, enjoy our income, build up our infrastructure, recruit a few more guys, make a few more armies, and prepare for either the continued conquest of Honshu or invade Shikoku. I don't know, we'll find out in the next part. And I hope to see you then. Goodbye.